Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Denver Uploads to Delta Green. We've got an interesting set of events about to occur. Pat's upstairs with his new mate John, the mercenary. And downstairs we've got Oliver and Oscar. Who are they? No one knows. Let's find out.
The crew have come to visit. So Oliver and Oscar on the phone. Oh, it says Oscar on the phone. Oliver and Oscar. Let us in. We're out the back door. I think that's what they said on the phone, wasn't it? The guy's got a slightly... The guy you were speaking to, I think it said it was Oliver, but it could be one of the two. He's got a slight kind of Eastern European accent to him. Politely asks you to open the back door, and then we can get to work, yeah?
Wow. Racism is strong with this one.
Regionalism. You do. You open the door.
Yeah.
That's easy enough. They're kind of out and up the ramp. You see a classic black van, bit battered, bit beaten up, like a minivan, with a sliding door facing you, and you've got two people. They look up. They're getting into plastic suits, very much like the air-fed suits that you had for the CDC, but these ones look like they've been scrunched up and put in the back of the van for a while. So they're getting dressed. They wave, friendly. Oh yeah, but they're getting their big rubber suits on, zipping up their hermetically sealed hoods. They don't want you to do anything. They're just like waving, and they very quickly organise themselves. One of them puts a backpack on. The other guy kind of lifts up this kind of dual like air tank backpack, and the other guy's helped put a similar rucksack on, which is a single white, looks like a Cala gas, looks like one of those kind of 200-litre Cala gas cylinders, but in white with blue and green writing on the back of it. And they both plug a lance in to each of their slightly different backpacks. Slide the door closed. One of them tries to press the key fob on his car, but can't because his gloves are like too thick. So he pushes the button. You hear a whip whip as the van's alarm is locked, and then they just wander down. They saunter down towards you. Couple of interesting looking guys. One is they're both kind of middle aged, but one's obviously got some city years on him, kind of stubble, gruff, American. Probably about 50, but looks good, looks fit, looks tanned, looks like he's seen some action. And the other guy is kind of a little bit more nerdy. He's got like silver rimmed glasses, he's a bit shorter, brown hair, a little bit tubbier. And so the little tubby one looks at you, David, and he kind of puts his hand out and says, "Hi, I'm Oliver. This is Oscar. What you got for us then?"
So,
bear in mind they're literally looking like crap spacemen. It's crap spacemen in front of you.
So sometime in the last 72 hours, we picked up a corpse stored here. And the last sort of 6 or so hours, maybe a bit more, it's been calling the front desk and calling this phone here next to me and asking to be let out. I mean, when you say, "What have you got here for us?" As far as I'm there, I've got a corpse. Now, I've seen a lot of corpses. None of them have ever tried to phone me.
Fine. Right, this is what we're going to do.
Whoa. What is that?
That's fire, and this is ice.
What's in the room?
Who knows? But let's make sure it's nothing in 2 or 3 minutes' time, shall we?
Yeah, okay. So you'll see what I've done is I've created a sort of kill box for you guys.
Can you somehow mention a dog and see if one reacts a bit shadily?
Ooh.
So I guess if you just pop the door open and you can, both of you can squirt your loads in there, then...
Okay. I mean, experience tells us that if you've been wheeling it around and wafting it around and just leaving it here, there, and everywhere, it's probably not that dangerous. Has it taken the door off yet?
Does it look like it's taken the door off yet?
Oh, I didn't know whether that was a new door or whatever.
Yeah, no, what it did was it took the door off and then it waited patiently while I perfectly installed a new door and like made it look like there'd been no damage.
Ah, yes, the DIY undead. Yes. Anyway, so well, let's have a look at her then.
Yeah, help yourself.
Well, open the door then.
You want me to open the door?
Oh, how are we going to get in?
Okay, no problem at all. You give me the suit, I open the door.
Door control. Just press the button and run.
Oscar's elbowing Oliver. Ooh. Yes. Sprinklers and sprinkler heads and sensors. There's no sprinkler heads in here that I can see, but are there any sensors that might be sensitive to heat?
I'm not really a sensor guy, to be honest with you. I mean, I just say, one of you open the door, you guys do your thing, and then we'll leave.
Okay, stand back, Agent David, whatever your name is. You step back a little bit, and Oliver just like unleashes like hell onto the ceiling for like a second. Basically, he's got some sort of kind of weed killer stroke flamethrower thing. With a lovely ignition system. It's like a no live flame on the end. It's brilliant. No, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, okay. So let's have a little look at your little pet that you've got, shall we?
Yeah.
Well, go on, show us your pet then. Go on.
Yeah. So, as I've already explained to you, you guys have got those fucking spaceman suits on, and then you want me to go and open the door.
It's a button. Just press it.
Go on,
if they're wearing the spaceman suits to be in the room, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go and wait by your van, yeah? And then you can come out to the van when it's done and explain to me why you thought it was cool for you guys to wear those suits and for me not to have one.
Okay, right. Okay, just stay where you are. Stand by the door. We understand. I understand. They kind of whisper amongst themselves, and you hear them say that. Like, I'm sure you hear them say that. Yeah, you're a prick.
Yeah, I like say loudly, like in a sort of stage mode, pricks.
We're all in this together. Yeah. Apart from
yeah, sure feels like it, doesn't it? Is it a bit hot in those suits?
Sorry, what?
Is it a bit warm in those suits you're wearing?
No, it's
your personal skills once again, David.
We have an attitude filter. We can't hear. So they asked you to stand back, and they might stick.
David looks out. David just leaves.
So we have Oliver on the bottom with his probably other flamethrower, and then you've got Oscar on the top, and Oscar. They're standing. There's enough gaps in your contraption, so Oscar pokes the button to release the door, or whatever it is. I think it's actually a keycard swipe, but so he swipes the door, and you hear a buzz. Are you completely outside? Have you closed the door on them?
The door's open. I'm standing outside looking in.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So there's the door lock releases, clunk, and a little spring, just kind of change in air pressure, just swings the door open a little bit.
Woof.
Hello, kitty. Are you in there? From where you are, it is illuminated in that back room, so the lights are on. From all your viewpoints, you can't see anything behind the door. It's quiet. You're waiting. Agent Oliver is kind of making ironic kitty gags in that you've bagged something not very important.
Just fucking light it up already.
We'll let's see what's going on first. I'm sure it'll if we put ourselves too close to your little incursion, then we might have a little problem. We've got the high ground here, so don't worry about that. Hey, kitty, come on, kitty.
I'm gonna pick the phone up and ring it. Can I like reach in to the room? Is the phone like close enough to the door that I can reach in?
Yeah. And the phone in the other room is also very close to the door as well. It's like a couple of inches inside the door. So you reach in and grab the phone.
Yeah, ring the room.
Agent Oliver like turns to look at you, or he kind of crinkles to look at you. Oh, and he pulls his lance from his thing and holds it, and he kind of warms up like he's, I don't know, like he's just about to do rodeo or something. He doesn't look like much of a fighter. His friend, on the other hand, with a massive flamethrower, looks a bit more interesting. So you pick up the phone.
Does he have a set of barbecue tongs hanging from his belt?
Funny you should say that. So you ring you hear much. You obviously hear through the headset, but also through the room now. You can distinctly hear the phone. It's actually quite loud. So surprising. The partition wall is surprisingly noise-proof, noise-resistant. So it rings. Boop, 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 boop. The phone is continuing to ring in the background. Boop, boop. You can hear like the shuffling of metal in the room. Boop, boop. Oscar and Oliver like take a bit of a deep breath, and they kind of poke their little lances. They'll rest their lances on the kind of cage-like construction that you've made. And there's a further shuffle. And you see on the corner of the door, nearest to the phone, a hand. Kind of a normal hand, upside down, kind of coming around the door frame. And then you see another hand, exactly the same, around the door frame. Then on top of those two, there's like a 10-digit tiny hand, not malformed, but just many, many fingers coming round as well. And it's pulsating on the door frame.
So anytime, guys. Anytime.
It's not very high up. It's kind of door handle kind of height, so maybe 3 foot up or something. That's all you can see. On the back of each of the knuckles, there's the one knuckle you can make out an eye looking at you. And on the other knuckle, you can make out a mouth with teeth. A human looking mouth, but a very small one. And it opens. And the dog makes an appearance. And it's looking at you. It's looking, it can't quite see you, but it's looking around the cage. It's looking at Oliver. It's looking at Oscar. But it's just out of view. It's just hidden behind the wall.
Over in hand. Right. Probably like aiming, not ready to fire, but I'm concerned. I'm like, guys, are you? At what point are you going to start using those things?
We have not seen something like this for, well, ever. Normally, we give it the old hot and cold treatment. I think Oscar is going to try something a little bit out. Isabel. Oscar's going to try something. Just ignore the thing in the room for a minute. Oscar is going to try to... He's going to try something a little bit different. And Oscar unzips his suit and just pulls out what looks like a small kind of... It looks like a small grenade. And he reaches over to Oliver. And Oliver pulls a pin and he lobs it in and pokes his lance through, closes the door and holds the door and waits. What are you doing?
I'm still just aiming my gun.
There's a boof, and the door comes off its hinges, and it opens up your cage somewhat. Oscar is is pushed back, but he maintains his footing, and he clambers over through the frame and into the room, and you just get this huge blast of heat and flame coming from the room, and there's screaming. There's like 4 or 5 or 6 voices screaming Isabel. It's disgusting. It's like children's voices, men's voices, screaming Uli, screaming Kai, screaming Pat, screaming Oliver. And then that starts dying, and you just start hear gurgling. Now, Oliver, the other guy, just with the other lance, is just waiting, watching, and he starts clambering over now and pokes his head into the room. There's a lot of fucking smoke in this room now. Your visibility is like dropping down to like 2 or 3 meters now. The smoke above you is starting to drop and fill the room. Fortunately, by a back door, you can just make out Shell. Use his proper name then. Oops, the game's up. Agent Oliver, using his lance. Now his lance is like creating like a white smoke. You don't know whether that can be CO2 or whether it's liquid nitrogen or something, but it's a white steam. It's evaporating. It doesn't smell noxious, but you know better than to stick your head in there now. These guys are wearing full body suits with respirators, and they're in a room which is completely dense with smoke and something else as well. It's almost like they're making a fire and then putting it out. 2 extremes. There's no alarms going off. There's plumes of smoke now coming out the back door.
I'm standing just outside the back door.
It's not really attracting much attention at the moment. The noise of that fire lance and the noise of the other lance that's being used cuts off, and you hear a couple of footsteps, and then Oliver shouts, "David, yeah, okay. We need a few things from you. We need to go to our van and get the big box labelled UR74. There's a keychain on Shell's suit, and he unbuckles it and kind of clumsily throws a set of keys to you, and it skids along the floor.
I look down at the keys, look up and say, "No fucking please."
Yes.
Snatch the keys up.
Yes. UR74. So don't worry. It's just bags. It's just bags. We're gonna bag this. We're gonna go. Okay.
So I go and get the box of fucking bags for them like a skivvy. Bring it back.
Like a skivvy. They're doing you a favour.
I'm just really happy that Murtaugh and Shelley just put their argument over Rex behind them and are carrying working for the program.
I'm absolutely taking that out of my hands. That never would have happened.
But it did, and that's where we are. And as a player, I'm just so happy.
So yeah, I'll go and get their box of like gubbins that they want, bags and like wet wipes and whatever.
Fine. It's like a crate, and in there's body bags, and there's like real heavy duty. There's a couple of like hand shovels in there as well. There's a couple of torches, head torches or something. It's kind of like it's a bit of a site cleanup kit. The lights are still operating in the lower half of these rooms. The ones above are kind of a bit melted, and they've popped. So there's a bit of light. Oliver says to you, we're going to clean this up. This is our space now. If you need anything from the room, take it now. I'll need your access into the room, though, so we can make sure we just lock it up and pass it over to the people we need to. Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, sure.
Come. So the air's clearing somewhat. I mean, it's pretty hectic black smoke that was pouring out of the room, but I don't think he had it on for that long. And it doesn't appear to have attracted the fire brigade, which is very odd because probably most people travelling to work at 5:30 in the morning, even though it's dark, may well have picked up on the smell at the very least. But anyway, are you just going to wander in and put your head around? It's a bit stinky, but it's safe enough to kind of go in and have a little look.
Yeah, at this point I've holstered the pistol. I'm picking up from them that they're relaxed. They're like danger's over.
On the floor in the corner is not Gary Oldman, I'm afraid.
Damn it.
Sorry to say that. Oliver is quite excitable. He's like, this is a new one. This is very interesting. So this came from a corpse, or
yeah.
Chris, they're gonna love this one. So, it looks like a sea spider. This is very burnt out, right? This is a black whatever it was. Looks like a sea spider. Maybe kind of something like about 20 kg, so maybe like a kind of size of a small, like a medium to large dog. Yeah. It's just kind of sitting up. It's kind of composed completely of bluey white and off yellow human limbs, with a cluster of eyes in the centre of it. It's kind of, even though it's burnt to a crisp, you can see kind of slightly smaller, partially formed limbs in between the fully formed limbs, and none of the limbs there's no standard sized limb here. It's all kind of feet, legs, arms, and I'm not talking small arms as in child's arms, I'm just talking small arms. A bit like Deathpool is growing his little hand. So this is toast, and the smell you recognise through description of that kind of chlorine-y, honey kind of vibe. The morgue box that Amanda Griffin was in, the door is open to it, and you can see that her body's still in there. You can't actually see all the way in, but you can see that she's there. And the morgue box that the remains of Tilbert Greaves, their daughter, that is closed. Doesn't mean much. This isn't your site anymore. But, yeah, very interesting. It looks like...
So it wasn't Amanda then, it was like the viscera that we had collected, essentially. The goop.
Oliver says, I guess we'll have a look at it and try and figure it out.
Well, I mean, from what he can see, Amanda's still there as a body.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So Amanda's corpse is still there.
Yeah, you can. If you approach it, you can see that her corpse is still there. It doesn't look as though a corpse has been desecrated. You pull the drawer out, and it doesn't look as though it's been desecrated. You can see there's like an ooze from underneath, like the back. She's lying on her back in the bag. Looks like there's an ooze from underneath, but it looks the top of it is not disturbed any more than what it was in the autopsy.
Is there like an obvious sort of snail trail leading from there to where the thing is?
It looks like there's snail trails down from the morgue box down onto the floor below, and kind of like there are little footprints and handprints on the floor around there and around the floor of the room.
So it came out of the box then. Okay. So you guys never seen anything like this before then, Oscar, Oliver?
No, we normally have to deal with people going out of their minds, and anything weird and anything where we don't know the weakness, then we just hedge our bets. It's either going to like the fire and not like the ice, or it's going to like the ice and not like the fire. Well, we'll figure out which one it liked, shall we? Yeah.
Hang on, that's not how Shell used to laugh.
Doing a poor man's impression of her.
Maybe ask which one you think it is now.
So I'm going to take a proper good look at, like, I know what we put in that room, and I want to know where this thing came from, because I don't believe it just apparated. So I'm going to, like, try and respectfully, and this is quite difficult, roll Amanda's corpse over a little bit so that I can see underneath.
Sure. That's fine. It looks like there's a rupture in the back where something has exited, like leaked through the back in a wound. It was like a wound, but leaked through and out of Amanda. Amanda also looks like she's lost. Looks like she's become a little bit more desiccated. So it looks like she's lost liquid compared to the last time you saw her. Yeah. So.
What about the bag that we collected the goop in? How's that doing?
It is as it was. The bag that you collected the goop in. So that was. Oh, remind me what that was. Sorry, that wasn't Greaves.
That was Greaves' remains that were outside, right?
Fine. Greaves' remains remain the same as they were when you inspected them, when you did the autopsy.
Just as I missed that bit, sorry. So they're all the bits are the same, apart from Amanda has had anal leakage.
She's had anal leakage and she's lost a lot of moisture. She looks like she's dried up quite.
So it looks like we're dealing with something sucking plasma to create something else.
It's certainly.
This thing fell out of her, essentially.
It looks like it's leaked out of her, out of the back.
Yeah, as a liquid. Because this is more of an annoyance to go and hunt it down. And the fact that it's got more of a liquid property than it has a solid property.
So, Oscar, how would you feel if I told you that I think whatever was in this room is also running around one of the local neighbourhoods eating all their pets?
Oscar looks at you and he asks, "How many pets has it eaten?"
About 6 at the last count.
How many pets did this one eat?
None.
We're going to need a bigger flamethrower, aren't we?
Yeah, maybe.
Boys, we've got to clear this place up before it gets hot. The fire seemed to work quite well, and Oliver really just put the fire out, to be fair. It looks, and he's prodding it, it looks like it's not really much of a threat now. We'll see if you've inhaled anything that you shouldn't have. Just keep an eye on yourself and your partner as well, okay?
Yeah. Guys, thanks. You've been great. So shall I just go and deal with the level 6 incursion that's eating all the local dogs then, yeah? That'll be fine, yeah?
I think you could do with a little bit of support, but we've got to clear this up and get this back for our case handler. So, first things first, this may not be the end of what we've just stopped. So we just need to make sure it's contained, and we're going to clear this room up as well. Okay.
Can't we try and dig them for some of their equipment?
We'll get to that. Don't worry.
So you can contact us through Dwayne. We're in the area. We're going to be for a while. Between you and me, we're probably going to call for about 400 gallons of concrete, and we're just going to fill this room up. That's probably the simplest way of cleaning it, and then we'll remove the door. We'll worry about what the plans and the architects say in the future, eh? We'll worry about that another time. But that's going to take us a little while to do.
Professionals right there, David. Professionals. Remember them.
Oliver looks at Oscar and is like, kind of looks at you and is like, You're lucky you caught Oscar in a good mood. He's never normally this chatty.
Yeah, you guys have been all sweetness and light, haven't you? All right, well, anyway, I've got to go and meet a friend, so it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Goodbye.
Remind me what those backpacks are called?
Fire and Fury.
You sure they're not proton packs?
No, that's like some hot stuff, and this is like some cold stuff. Well, can we get on? I mean,
yeah. Fuck you too, buddy.
You won't get this at JC Penney's, you prick.
That wasn't a fucking plan.
This one makes fire, and this one puts it out.
Yeah,
so,
okay. Yeah, I'm going to leave you two to give each other hand jobs, all right? Good luck.
Yeah.
All right.
Guten Tag.
I'll break the phone out, start phoning Pat.
Yes, you fucking do.
Pat, pick up your fucking phone.
He's asleep.
I'm not asleep. I'm talking to John. And I'm like, yeah, and then what happened is someone let go of a gun and then the dog got shot. Hello? What? How can I help?
Okay, good news and bad news.
Yep. You're alive.
The good news is
That's
they didn't
good.
kill me. The bad news is I wish they'd fucking killed me.
I'm like, that was it.
Yeah, anyway, look, that problem solved. So we just need to go and deal with whatever's eating those dogs and cats. All right?
Have you got any handy information of what we're actually going up against, or shall we meet down at the car?
Yeah, where are you? Let's talk in person.
I like how Pumba just sat this one out and just got the popcorn out. Because see, that's the sign of an experienced player. That's the sign of who's so comfortable. They don't need to be there to have a good time. You know what I mean? That was just
That's the sign of a good GM. There you go. Do you want that? Is that what you was fishing for? Anyway.
No.
Yeah, I'll be down. I'll come down and meet you at the car. Give me a minute. All right, John. So as I was saying, this fucking thing got.
I'll find a vending machine on my way out of the hospital and buy 2 cups of the strongest coffee they have.
Coffee black. I'd have Earl Grey tea, lukewarm.
The hospital's starting. It's 6 o'clock. The hospital's starting to get busy, bumblebee.
Oh yeah, I've had a good 2 hours snooze. I'm happy. I'm waving at nurses on the way down.
You've had a power nap, and it has been.
The only thing that's not may have caused a problem is the fact that I haven't had a drink in about 12 hours. So it's yeah, I'm good. It's all good.
How dependent were you on booze, or are you on booze?
Well, I seem to function normally on it, so without it may have been an issue. But we'll find out later, won't we?
Okay. I'll leave that in your capable hands. So
although it's not too warm, I'm guessing, because of the time of year, October, isn't it?
Yeah, October.
So, but I'm slightly sweating. Even though I've had a nap, I'm a bit clammy. Make my way out to the car. Hey, Dave. How you doing?
David crushes the cup of coffee he's just finished, throws it on the floor. Let's go.
You look like you need a sleep, my friend.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll drive.
David looks at him, slides the keys across the roof, and starts walking around to the other side.
I'll just get in my side and scooch over. Let's make it easier for David. Leave the door open.
David gets in the car and he is like sagging.
Yeah.
You can see it's one of them ones that's going to be very hard to get up from that sitting down.
Yeah. I just start driving. I just like, even if it's just rounding the block, I just start pressing David for questions. Like, how'd it go? You seem to be alive, which was good.
Yeah, it's fine. They had no fucking clue what it was. They had a flamethrower. They had some sort of. I'm very tired. I'm going to say something now that sounds stupid. You'll understand what I mean. I don't want you to judge me. They had an ice thrower.
Yeah, that's just basically a plant weeder with nitro in it. It's fine. I can make one of them. Carry on. I used to use them to knock out heat sensor alarms, and I just spin around the corner quite fast, knocking his head to the side. Oh, sorry, yeah. I don't get to drive normally, so yeah, Miss Daisy.
Right. We're gonna need a big, whatever the fuck they had, we're gonna need a big fucking one, because whatever's out there, it's been surviving. It's probably gonna be tougher than what was in that room.
Alright. Okay. What was in that room? Did you get to see it at all?
Yeah, it was a thing.
Okay, cool. Good information. Now spin the car out again really quickly just to knock his head into the side. Oh, no, yeah, sorry, Miss Daisy.
It had feet.
It had feet.
It had teeth. It had eyes.
Teeth.
None of them were in the right place.
Okay, sounds like my Auntie Mary.
You know Picasso paintings?
Yep, my Auntie Mary.
Yeah, it was kind of like one of them.
A model for one, I was told.
It was like a Picasso painting that someone had like cut out of the frame, got wet, screwed up, and thrown in a ball.
David,
Wow.
roll me a sand check, please.
Yeah, I was wondering when this was coming.
Me too.
Coming around the door, I was like, should I ask?
Sometimes you should ask, yeah. Ooh. Oh.
Fine. I mean, I think this should have happened sooner, but yeah.
Surely you only take the first one.
No,
that was the one. That was one earlier. That was when he was on the. That was when he was being tormented.
Phone. That was on the phone one.
One.
I wasn't fucking listening. What do you expect?
Roll me 1d6. This gonna be fun. Oof. You lucky bastard. That's fantastic. Well done, you. I'm so happy for you. You are getting close to being adapted to helplessness, which is great. So how do you feel? You lost.
I don't feel helpless. I just want to get that on the record.
How is this making you feel as a character? Just have a moment in that you lost it and you've been shook up by this incident, but you've not gone mental. You've not gone mad. But it's starting to chip away.
I think his internal dialogue, he's like freaking out, and he knows basically that like very soon he's going to have to get away from Pat, because Pat is also part of this experience, right? And as far as he's concerned, this can't be real. Like something isn't quite right here. Like he's not quite believing what's going on. I think he's kind of having like a bit of a dream-like thing going on, where he's kind of like just treating it like it's a bit more everyday than it actually is, just to get through it. He's very good at focusing on just the one small detail to survive, to get through to the next thing. So he's not really had much of a time to put the bigger picture together and actually question it. And I think now he's starting to do that. And it's impossible for him to just focus on a small detail and move on to the next task when you start realizing that the details shouldn't be what they are.
Mm-hmm. Oh, lovely. So you're tootling along. You've made some new friends, and they're cleaning up your muck, your mess that you could. I think that was reasonably successful. I guess we'll find out. It's just gone 6. The roads are starting to get busier. The light is starting to kind of rise on the horizon and spread out over the city. What are you doing? What are you up to?
Well, I'm going to have a quick look at David. Is he needing some sleep? Then I'll just drive around like a baby in a car for a little while. Give him a good...
I'm reaching for the seat controllers and reclining the seat.
I'm gonna give him an hour of just milling around. I'm gonna mill around to the quarantine zone. Just have a little look, make sure everyone's all right.
You're not physically tired, David, but you are like you've gone through mental trauma. I think that's making you feel more tired than you would expect at only 6 a.m.
Well, I had a power nap, so I'm all right.
Yeah, you're
so I just give him that 20 to 40 minutes of just a little chill out for him, and then probably drive to one of the cafes, wake him up in the car park and go, let's go get some pancakes or something. You liked them last time.
Some 7 o'clock pancakes and some sugar. Just the ticket.
So, I tell you what, you go in order, I just got to make a quick call.
Okay. What do you want? An 8 stack?
Yeah, and bacon. And coffee. Lots of coffee.
Fucking weirdo. Right, I go and order liver and bacon for him. And then just ignore the pancake order. I get him things with multiple vitamins inside, like old mama's recipe, like blended liver and egg and some tomato juice.
And a vodka.
And vodka. Oh, no, whiskey, sure.
So I'm going to phone Dwayne.
Go for it. Do. Yo, David.
So those guys you sent to help me.
Yes, Cell O. How did you get on with those guys?
Yeah, they're a pair of cunts. But they had some equipment I'm very interested in. I think I might need.
Dwayne laughs over the phone, not at your equipment request, but yeah, equipment. Right, what is it?
Yeah, those proton packs.
Well, a flamethrower and some a CO2 discharge canister.
Yeah. I'm guessing I can't just go to Walmart and pick those up, right?
I didn't actually think that they would do that thing again that they did, but I guess it's working for them. So I've not had a report back from them yet. Did they get on okay?
Yeah, they seem to cook it. So wherever it was that they handled there's another one on the loose, and after having spent, at least 20 minutes with them, I'm more than happy to go and face whatever it is. I just need one of those backpacks.
All right. Well, I'll get the guys to contact you when they've finished cleaning up. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going for breakfast now. I'm not going to need it till tonight. Okay.
Sure.
So
okay.
Maybe you can get them to leave it somewhere and I'll pick them up. That'd be preferable. I'm not going to feed them again.
While you're here, the paperwork you dropped off.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Wait a second. Take the phone away. Put it onto speakerphone. Yeah, go ahead.
The paperwork you dropped off is of particular interest to us, and we want to spend a bit more time following up the leads ourselves. So I'm going to put our guys on it. If you can just cool off on following that lead for now, and then we'll be in touch, yeah?
Yeah, fine.
If you find anything else and connecting to anything else like that, then just let us know, and we'll work together on that, okay?
Yeah, sure. So look, my plan is to now deal with what's left here that's eating the pets, and then go and check out the plane.
Fine.
But I'm pretty sure the thing you're looking into now, this is where all roads are going to lead. So,
Good.
all right. Well, yeah, it's been great. Thanks, Dwayne.
Yeah. Well, at least you're a bit more of a talker than Oscar, eh? So, catch you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Gonna get the phone out again. Phone Roberta. I'm sure it's like 7 o'clock. Right?
Yeah, phone's ringing out. It rings for longer than you are used to, and then cuts to voicemail. It's her voicemail. It's like, "Hi, this is Rebecca Kane. Please leave a message." Blah blah blah.
Hang up straight away. Don't leave a message. Go and sit down. Await my order of pancakes and bacon.
Liver and bacon, just for you.
A liver and a bacon. Your order comes. There's lots of fresh filter coffee. It's like this is idyllic. This is an oasis in the middle of this chaos that you're piddling around in. You get a text message from Roberta Kane. Don't contact me again. Thanks, agent.
We fucked up.
I sent her back the emoji face with the 2 love hearts for eyes. Okay, so looks like we are not going to be speaking to Roberta Kane anymore.
Do you think we're off the case?
No, we're still on the case.
What's the case?
The case is we're going to go and cook whatever's eating Fido. And then we're going to set fire to a plane crash. And then we're going to forget any of this shit ever fucking happened.
4 steps ahead of you.
Well, can you do me a favour? Can you give me a hand to where you are? Because
What, leaving? Yeah, I'm going to give you a hand. Let's jump on a plane, go back to Boston where we know what was fucking going on, and let's just live there in happy fucking blissfulness.
yeah, the only thing is, I've agreed to do this, and I kind of get the feeling these are the sort of people that you don't really renege on an agreement with.
It seems like I'm not getting paid either way.
Let me just be really clear. You know, if we run and they catch me, like, you know, they'll get it out of me. Probably very easily.
I clock my Luger under the table. And then decock it. All right, Dave.
They know both of us. I'm sorry. It's how it is. This is why we've got to sort this out.
All right, Dave. It looked like this could be a possible friendship for the time, but it doesn't look like that way anymore, does it? Let's go do what we got to do, and then let's go home and hope to God that no one comes and kills us.
David is intensely paranoid right now. He keeps looking like in the rear.
Eat fucking liver and bacon, you cunt.
Did I order this?
Yeah, vitamins. Mum always used to say liver and bacon to give you all your whatsits.
I normally order pancake, and he just starts eating it.
Good.
He puts some syrup on it, though.
No, I start to stick my hand out and get my hand all syrupy. That's how much I fucking like you, Dave. That's how much I like you.
Pat, I think I need some sleep, Pat.
I think you do. And I cock the Luger again.
Pat, not
You're
that
making this really, really hard for me, David. You really are.
Not that kind of sleep, Pat. So yeah, he eats his liver and bacon, and he's kind of half falling asleep while chewing.
Just leave him in the box.
He's in a bad way, isn't he? I thought he had a power nap. He's still in a really bad way.
I'm going to leave him in the box eating the little booth. I'm going to say I'm going to the toilet. And I'm going to leave. I'm going to get in the car and I'm going to drive to the hardware store.
I think at this point he's falling asleep, like, he's kind of craning his head on the table, still holding the fork on the plate.
Yeah. I give a knowing nod to the waitress, who obviously had a rapport with me, because who ain't going to have a rapport? Just like, leave him, I'll be back in an hour. And then she's leaving you with your head down on the table. Give her a couple of mouthfuls of liver and bacon, bit of cabbage, one potato. And you're just sitting there sort of resting. And I'm just going to pop to the hardware store really quickly.
You mean the liquor store?
Both. And pick up some things just to make Dave happy. He wanted an ice blaster and he wanted a flamethrower. So I'll just go buy, your general de-weeding, pressurized, lanced weed killer thing. I'll buy a couple of them, some propane and some dry ice, just to make him happy, just in case, like, when he wakes up, I go, there you go, made them for you. There you go, mate. You right?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. See, all you need now is your barbecue tongs, and you can have a Wellington.
There'll be a set of barbecue tongs right across the back of the boot. So,
how tired are you, David? No, you're still just about hanging in there.
Yeah, he's fake. I think it's like. I think he feels a lot more tired than he should. He used to be able to do 48-hour days when he was like chasing leads, like when he was a young buck detective. But I think it's more to do with the mental strain that's going on with this kind of like reality bending stuff that's really fucking with him, and he's telling himself it's just because he's tired. So he's like, oh, I just need some sleep. It would be okay if I could just have some sleep.
Okay. So you're shopping and you're drifting off and you're kind of having micro sleeps at the table while you're eating. It's about 8 a.m. In fact, I would imagine you probably have to wait for hardware stores to open as well. So say it's like 9, for argument's sake. And you know how the way time drifts when you're tired? This is a classic example of that. You're knocking on the door of the hardware store and you were knocking your head on the table in the diner. What's your plan, guys? Pat's in good shape. David, you're on your arse. What are you going to do?
as I said, I leave him there to sleep as long as he needs, and I'll just pick up the bits. It's easily done. It's not an issue.
Oh no, I was assuming
At some point,
that.
David gives up sitting at the table and just lies down in the booth, like entirely.
Pat will have. If you're doing that, you would have got about 90 minutes of sleep or whatever, and then Pat will be back. So Pat will be back by 9:30. As Pumba said, this is not a difficult thing to do. You've got a sleeping David in the boot. You're not with a finger in the jar, are you? With Carcetti.
Carcetti's in my pocket.
Is it? Okay.
Always is. It's my buddy.
Just checking. Just wondered where he was. You know, you don't want to split the
party.
party.
If he's the reason for my death, I'll be happy.
You don't want to split. You don't want to split the party up.
I've got backup. As soon as Dave's out, I've got Carcetti with me. I'll throw him at someone. Nah.
It's probably more useful. Right, so you're returning it. You're gonna wake me up, or am I still sleeping?
No, I'm gonna slide in as if I never left. Order some more pancakes for myself. Maybe more liver and bacon for you.
Lovely.
And just sit there until you wake. I got no issues. Loads of coffee coming in.
Yeah, I think I'll probably wake up at about 9:30, feeling terrible but a lot better.
Yeah, a sufficient enough power nap.
How you doing, sleepyhead?
Oh, I used to be a lot better at keeping these sorts of hours.
Yeah, you're old now. That's the problem, isn't it?
You can smell the booze on Pat's breath.
Yeah.
Well,
where you been?
What do you mean where I've been? I was here all the entire time.
There's still liquor here?
No. Alright, I went and made you a present. Can't have a look in the car.
I might have a quick couple mouthfuls of the cold liver and cabbage and start walking out to the car.
I open the boot and I present to you a flamethrower and a freezer magic.
How shit do they look?
Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. Just ignore me. It's fine.
I want to know how shit they look. Does it look like? Because the weed burners are not like
One-way valve, aerate out. They're fine. Just you need to add enough pressure.
okay. I trust you. And what about your freezing magic? Run me through this.
Okay, so that's a little bit different. So you have to put water and the dry ice into an actual thing and then pump it and then fire it. But that's normally how you knock out a heat sensor.
Okay.
It's enough to put out a medium-ish fire in a hurry, like a CO2 air fire extinguisher.
Okay. Okay. So it's not going to freeze things that it touches. It's not like liquid
No,
nitrogen.
no, it's dry ice. So it's literally just very, very cold. And it creates a steam that's very, very cold, and then you just pump it very quickly. You don't want to be handling it without gloves. That's probably the only thing that should be said.
Okay, fine. Okay, so yeah, it should fuck some shit up. Okay. How are we pumping it?
Well, unless we get an air canister, I suppose we could.
Oh, you've got one of those like garden weed sprayer things in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, I get you. All right, I'm going to be honest with you. This doesn't look quite as tricked out as what those dickheads had.
I just wanted to do you something. You was babbling about it in the car. I thought I'd get you something that helps.
I appreciate it. I'm going to ignore the fact that you said I was babbling. It's not something I really do. It's not in my nature. But we'll move on from that. It's fine. You've done really well, and I appreciate it. And thank you for the breakfast.
Are you feeling better now?
I'm feeling 100% better, which means I'm feeling at about 10%.
Okay, so next up is Worcestershire sauce, an egg, and some Tabasco. Neck it, you'll be fine. Ma always said that's the best way to deal with a hangover.
So we've got a problem in that what we are looking for probably isn't going to be around in the daytime.
What about the idea of getting the bloodhounds?
Yeah, okay. So I think we also need to go to a pet shop as well.
For bait. But I mean, we're going to have trained bloodhounds, so maybe to the police department to get their bloodhounds.
Yeah. No, pet shop for bait and police department for bloodhounds. I wasn't thinking we'd get a bloodhound at the pet shop.
I thought there was that rodent sanctuary up the road. We could go there, see if they've got anything left.
Yeah. Are rabbits rodents?
Yeah.
I believe they are, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Rodent sanctuary, followed by, or should we go to get the bloodhounds to check? No.
Yeah, we'll go to the rodent sanctuary first because I don't want to have to tell the police we need a diesel to the rodent rescue centre. That's going to be too complicated.
Okay.
The rodent rescue. Excellent.
So we're doing it. We are doing it live. We're going to the rodent rescue centre.
Well, I believe that would be time. So next time on this bullshit,
We're doing it. We are doing it.
we are doing it. Next time,
it. We listen.
and you wanted it. You, the listener, you wanted the rodent rescue to become more popular, and here it is. The rodent rescue is coming into the next episode of Them Drop Blokes to Delta Green, featuring a knocked out David, played by Frankie, and one of the greatest handlers that have ever lived, and Mark.
Yes, you say that sarcastically. Yes, toodaloo.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.